Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with Simple Stories Saturday, where a group of my friends get together and create using simple stories. So I am using the Simple Vintage Lemon Twist. I just got these two things at Tuesday morning, and I normally stay away from this because I didn't need all those lemons in my life, although the rest of it is adorable. But I just printed these pictures of my son at just over a year old eating his very first lemon. And I thought, you know what? They're on sale. They were 30% off the already really low price. So I'm also going to bring in these enamel dots from Family Fun because they did not have any of those. And then I'm going to bring in some stuff from the Hello Today because some of these colors are, if they're not almost exactly the same, they're very, they cooperate. And then I'm going to pull this frame from the Hello Today. And then I have these two distressed mica stains that I want to use. I'm going to use a solid white cardstock, and I'm going to mat it on this Hello Today July paper I bought at Tuesday morning a long time ago, and I have a ton of it. And then I have a scrap as well. So I'm hoping this turns out okay. Mixing all these collections, I was a little concerned. So I've got my papers, I've got my embellishments, I've got my mixed media, my pictures, and a plan. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so when I say I have a plan, really all I knew was I wanted to use that strip of scrap to put my pictures on. That was my plan. So this was just something that came to me last minute. I've never done this before. I just literally pulled the little thing out instead of splattering like I almost always do. I just kind of took it back and forth, up and down. This is Harvest Moon. It came from the Halloween inspired micas that Tim Holtz put out back in like September, October. And then this one is Merry Mint, and that was with the Christmas collection that came out back in the fall as well. And I just drag the little spray thing up and down, and where I splattered that yellow, I stopped there. So it's not a full stripe of that Merry Mint. And I really love the way this turned out. Like I said, I was going into this with such a mix of collections that I wasn't sure how it was going to work. But I'm bringing that background paper in to use as a mat, and I'm bringing in a little of the green and a little of the red from the Hello Today. And then, of course, that same teal aqua color, which is very similar. It's a little bit more minty in the lemon twist. So, but right now what I'm doing is matting all of my pictures on a very thin thing of white, but I cut my picture a little too much for this, the frame. So I just pulled the piece from my picture out of the trash, and I'm just tacking it back down enough to where you really can't tell. I mean, if you're all up in there looking at it, you're going to go, oh yeah, I can see it. But if you know, you are very less likely to be able to see that there is a small little line at the very bottom of the frame. So I didn't think it was going to matter too much, but then it was kind of standing out more than I wanted. So I decided that I would pull that out of the paper trash right next to me and get it in there. I also decided to put my pictures down wonky because I just like the way that they kind of fit on the page, and I don't want things to be super straight across, but this mat is going to go straight across because I want the lines on the back to match up with the lines on this paper. So I had to be very cautious that I put it the same direction. So I have already matted my paper down, and I decided to bring in not mowed lawn, chipped paint. Chipped paint? Anyway, it's the paint one. And peeled paint. I knew it was paint because that green is the color of green that is in this collection in the Hello Today. So it brings that same green shade to the front, so it's not just completely crazy. So I actually put this pretty darn close to center in the middle of the page. I'm using my grid on the back I'm just pretty proud of myself for that because I don't normally. And I lined up the paper so it doesn't look like, it looks like that the white paper is at the top and the bottom and not all over. Let me get my words out. So now that I've done that, I am going to start embellishing with all these lemons. I pulled all the lemons off because I don't know what else I'd use these lemons for. And at first I was like, what do I do with this massive lemon? But there's this gap in between the two in the middle, and I thought that'd be a perfect place for it. Because I don't want to cover all of my mixed media, but I do want to put these embellishments in that area. So I decided I was going to stick with the diagonal. I thought I might do the diagonal and then put the title like in one of the other two corners, but I kind of go back and forth and try some different things out. And so I love the way this turns out, you all. I was really kind of freaking out after I got started because the colors in that background paper are so different than the colors in this collection and my mixed media. But like I said, I brought the green from that background paper in. I'm going to use an arrow from the background paper that's red, and a couple other things. And so that helps. So I'm just, like I said, decorating as best I can with the lemons because this is the layout to use them. I mean, I think I have another layout maybe that, I mean, I know you don't have to have a lemon or lemonade or something in the daggone layout. I know that, but I just thought that, this would be a really good way to use these. So I went ahead and bought them because I do love the colors in this collection. I wish there had been a little bit more. I may have bought some more stuff, but probably best there wasn't. I'm supposed to be on spinning freeze. Tuesday morning had to try and go out of business the month that I'm like really trying to buckle down. It's just rude. They should have talked to me and waited until April. Anyway, so now that I've put all that stuff on there, I will say, and I hope I'm not kicked out of the Simple Stories Saturday Club, but I did use one embellishment that is not Simple Stories. It's, I don't even know, Paper Studio or something. And it's that little speech bubble says, yikes. It's yellow, and I want to try and use those because they're hard to use. And I thought that was really fitting. So don't kick me out, please. So other than that, everything except my background paper, my mixed media is all from Simple Stories. So here is that hello today, and I'm going to pull a couple of things off of there. Like I said, the arrows, that little red arrow, there's a teal arrow, and then I add a little green. So that helps me bring in those colors from the back, the red and that green. And then I am trying to figure out a title, because I don't want it, I didn't necessarily want it to be sweet because it's not. This is a lemon. I kind of was thinking more along the lines of something else. So then I decided I was going to title it Best Squeeze because, come on, look at them cheeks, you guys. Them cheeks. I love this boy. He's going to be 14 on, let's see, when you all see this, he'll have already been 14. He'll turn 14 on the 17th. He is a St. Patrick's Day baby. And so this was shortly after his first birthday, and my best friend gave him a lemon. So he enjoyed it, actually. The look on that face in the fourth picture, you wouldn't know it. So I just put this on some acetate leftover sticker sheet and lay it down, and that way I can make sure that I put it where I want it so that the word squeeze does not come off the bottom of the page. I didn't want anything to go over into that, the background paper. So now I'm going to use this aqua, yellow, and then that grassy green, army green, whatever you want to call it, which is another way to bring in those same colors. Although this is from Family Fun, so it's a totally different collection. But it all worked pretty well together. And then I did pull in these Tim Holtz word phrases. One of them says something about, you'd think I could read that, but I've already taken my glasses off. Something about let life surprise you or something like that. And then enjoy the journey. So now I'm going to bring this up and show you the close-ups. I did add some hearts and a bee because my best friend, my son calls her B, and so I went ahead and added a B right there, and then there's another one in the clusters down at the bottom. I really do love the way this turned out. I'm really happy about it. So I hope that you all are inspired by pulling these random things together. Look at that face. I hope you'll go below the list, or I think it's a list of everybody who will be hopping along for Simple Stories Saturday will be there. Lots of inspiration from these amazing crafters. I am so blessed to be a part of this. So I hope you'll go check them out. I hope you'll come back and see me again really soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.